Hello there, this is Cece with Going Solo, and you are listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We are a radio and a TV station now. We are on Be Live TV. This is a very live show, and with all live shows, we have complications sometimes. And so we're having a little bit of problem having our guest come forward, who is Louis Orloff, and Louis is with Florida Mediation Divorce Strategy, and he is a mediator here locally in the Tampa Bay area. An outstanding guy, I have to admit, good friend of mine, and we wanted to talk about divorce strategies. So welcome to the show, Louis. He is here. We can't seem to bring him forward on his picture, so we're going to talk just briefly, and then what we'll do is end the show and we'll come back again. I'll bring him back again and maybe we can get it working, because there may be just a glitch in it. You know, we're having the bad weather or whatever, so we'll see what happens. But welcome, Louis.
Welcome. Hello.
Hi. I don't know if you all can hear him. I'm going to put him close to my speaker so that he can talk a little bit and we can maybe hear him. So, Louis, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to get into mediation.
I have been involved in the legal system at many levels with various and sundry litigation, not least of which has been divorce. And what I've observed over time is that everybody gets sent to mediation, and oftentimes it's unsuccessful. And mainly I find it to be unsuccessful as a combination of the mediator and or the lawyer representing the person in mediation.
Right, absolutely. And what I thought was so interesting about what we were going to talk about tonight was divorce strategies, because so often as we're going into divorce, people are very emotional and they don't realize that they have different strategies that they could actually do that would be helpful to their attorney if they had one, or if they just went straight to mediation. So talk to us just briefly about some of the different strategies in divorce.
Okay. Well, the first thing is that this is nothing really more than negotiation 101. And negotiation 101 goes like this. You decide everything that you want, like, everything that you possibly think of you would want. You then have to say, okay, well, what would I be happy with if I got? And what am I going to leave the room if I'm not getting?
Mm-hmm.
And most people show up at mediation thinking that either their attorney is going to take care of all that for them, or that the mediator is going to protect them or defend them or go beat up the other side. And the reality is that it is your responsibility to show up, speak your mind, so to say, and be willing to walk out of the room if you're not getting what you want, because you don't have to. I'm not saying to be unreasonable, I'm just saying you don't have to. And oftentimes people go into mediation and they get pushed around and browbeaten, and that is not the way mediation is supposed to go. Mediation is a neutral process to allow the participants to arrive at their own decisions. And unfortunately, oftentimes lawyers don't let their clients arrive at their own decisions. And I'm trying to think of a nice way to say that you have to stand up for yourself.
Right. I agree with that, because I realized, throughout my own divorce, that I was so emotional and so wrapped up in all the different changes that I was going through. I was having to have surgery right after and during my divorce, and I was worried about my health. I was worried about my finances. There was just so many things that I was being hit with that I feel that I didn't take control of my divorce. And I'm talking with you because I know we're both in the divorce support group. You know, you come and you help out with that, and I appreciate that so much. But with talking with you, what I realized is that, you know, I think it's very valuable, of course, to have attorneys. I'm not saying that we don't need attorneys, because we most certainly do. But I do think that us as individuals getting a divorce, we need to help our attorney, and we need to be proactive within our divorce. And so often we're so racked with the emotional that we're not. And that's what I thought is so helpful with what you do, Louis, and your business, you know, which is the Florida Mediation Divorce Strategy, is really helping people and getting together and talking with them about, like you said, about your priorities, and then putting a strategy together that you're working proactive in your divorce.
Yes, and there's so many different tangents that I could talk about. I'll just try and pick a couple, because I know time is short. Everybody has their own situation. So anybody who's listening, I hope that this helps you in some way, shape, or form. For example, I was in a mediation where the husband had an affair, and the wife said, "I want a divorce," and threw him out. And they have 3 children. And we're in mediation, and he is asking for one Saturday night every other week with his children. He's paying child support. Everything else is fine. She is stuck on the emotional trauma of having been cheated on. And that took 2 hours of mediator work, in a way, to bring her around and realize, like, he's not asking for anything. Because the minute you walk into court, he could get 50-50, he could get 4 nights a week, he could get 1 week on, 1 week off. And the value of mediation is that that's your place where you can really ask for anything you want. You might get it. In court, you're just going to get a decision by somebody who doesn't know you and doesn't care. The other thing I want to say about divorce strategy is, if or not there are children involved, there's financial issues involved, there's living arrangements that are involved, there's who owns what, and the way the system works, they kind of push you through a strainer of file for divorce, file for some kind of temporary support or visitation or whatever, then fill out that financial affidavit, and blah, blah, blah. And nobody says or teaches anybody how to set up the requests in such a way that you might actually get what you want. In other words, it's like throwing everything out there all the time is the way the system works, as opposed to taking it small bites at a time. And how that, if you know the other person's hot button is the house, they know where your hot button is as well. And so, you just have to focus on those things. And I hate to say this. I don't know how you say this, Cece. Maybe you can help me. How do you say woman up so the men don't get upset?
Yeah. Well, I call it gutting up. And so sometimes we do have to gut up. And I think a lot of times we take the emotional aspects of what we're going through, and we want to punish the other person for whatever deed that they did. And you're never going to get that justification especially in our court system. It just doesn't happen. And the thing is that even if you did get it, it's still not going to take away the pain that you're going through. And so
Exactly.
so often we think we're gonna give them as much pain as we're receiving, but the reality is it doesn't work like that, and we carry that around with us. So I think, Louis, what you do is very, very valuable. I know, being a coach myself, helping those through probably one of the most painful times in their lives, and their family, trying to reinvent themselves, reshape their lives, is a very a very hard task, but a very enjoyable one too, when you see some great results at the end of it. Well, I'm not going to keep you on the phone too long, because I don't know how good this broadcast is, if people can truly hear us or not. And you have some great information. So what I'm going to ask, Louis, is maybe if we could have you come back on again sometime, and we can even have you, here with me physically, so we can make sure that we get on, because I think what you have to offer people is just a wealth of information. So I do apologize.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I apologize.
I'd be happy to be back on again.
Oh, that's great.
Let's leave all of the women with this one thought.
Yeah.
When your ex-husband or husband-to-be divorced has a girlfriend and he is unable to talk to you on the phone because she's around, it's like, figure that out with him. But it's like, don't get in a cat fight with the girlfriend. Your children, the reason you're talking to your husband is because you have children. And keep in mind, it's all about your children and how they grow up and what kind of people they become.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Because your kids are watching you very, very, very closely throughout this time, and they're not knowing how to behave themselves or how to take all of this. So it's very important for us to be able to, set a good standard, I think, for our kids to be able to move forward.
And for you guys out there, you need to say to your girlfriend, I have children. My ex-wife and our relationship is important, that they're growing up to be good people. So live with it, deal with it. Everybody has to gut up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's my last word.
Well, here's a reality. It doesn't matter whether you divorce or you don't divorce. You're still a family unit, and so that doesn't end. And your responsibilities and your caring and loving does not end in divorce. And so that continues on. And so we just have to start understanding how to re-strategize, rethink our relationships, and redevelop a relationship that we can all live with. And so I think it's great what you're doing, because you're doing, I'm going to throw it out there, but I think you're doing more than just mediation. You're putting together broken lives and helping them move forward. So I thank you for what you're doing.
All right. Well, thank you, Cece.
Well, that's great. Well, listen, you guys, if you're interested, and I know that you are, we want you to make sure that you go to Louis's website, and it is called, and I'll put it up on the board right here for you so you have it. It is called the Florida Mediation Divorce Strategy. It's www.fl-mds.com. So please check out his site, see what he has to offer. Maybe it'll help your divorce go a little bit smoother. We're going to have him come back on. We're going to talk a little bit more about maybe putting together a divorce plan. We plan everything. We do a business plan. We plan going on vacation. We plan all kinds of stuff. Why not plan our divorce, and try to make that a little bit easier for everybody involved. So I'll get Louis to come back on, Louis Orloff, and have him come back on, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So,
all right, great.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Louis. Okay, I'll say goodbye for now. Well, thank you, Louis. Okay, listen up. I just want to say one thing is that, we're doing a lot of shows here that are helping you. We're hoping that to help you throughout your divorce, the transition of divorce, transition into dating and relationships. That's what Going Solo with Cece is all about. And if you all, I know I didn't introduce myself, but if you all haven't talked to me before, I am a divorce, dating, and relationship coach. I'm a mentor. I kind of help you, move you through what you're experiencing life, maybe moving you through to a better place so that you can live a happy and full life. I want to do a shout out to all of those people that are in Texas that are suffering. Our prayers are with you. with this bad weather that we've been having. And now us here in Florida, I'm right here in the Tampa Bay area, and us here in Florida, we have, the storm coming down, on us, and it's bearing down quite swiftly. And so prayers out to everyone here that's starting to embrace that and trying to make their home secure for this bad weather. So we want you to know here on WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network, we are right here with you, and we're thinking about you, and we just praying and hoping that everything is going to work out. So I want to also broaden and expand a little bit to let you know that all the great shows on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, which is your station, it's a single station, and we embrace wonderful shows. We talk about divorce, transition into dating itself, online dating, which is one of the trickiest things I think that we do embrace. We actually talk about inspiration. Why should we get up in the morning and brush our teeth and start another day? Doggone it, because we have to. And so we have great leaders within our community and abroad that are helping us with some of those inspiring shows that we need to listen to. And I tell you what, I listen to them myself. And then, of course, now we're building up our business showcase. We have a fantastic host that's coming on with regards to that, Robert Graves. He's going to bring in the Carnegie Connection, some of the outstanding leaders within our Tampa Bay community that's going to broaden us and be able to help us grow within our businesses and the work that we do within other businesses. We're going to be touching on those as we excel out into broadening our horizon into other states in the United States and then going international. So we're so excited about that. So lastly, we also want to make sure that we touch on our authors, and we're going to have a fantastic new show which is in the health sector. So I'm excited about that. We're having Bonnie Sharp. She is a transformational health coach. She's coming on board with us. She's going to help us get us in shape. She's going to inspire us to be able to be creative with our minds and to be able to move forward. So, tonight's show was a little bit weird because we weren't able to bring Louis on. But the reality is, it's just like anything we do going solo. We have to just make it happen, and we have to live through it. So love you guys, and we're going to call it a night, and we're going to be right back here on WGSN-DB Going Solo Facebook page. Christopher Kitt and I are going to be here. Christopher Kitt Smith, we're going to be here on the boy and girl thing. We're going to have Marcia Ingalls on with us. She's a dating coach. So hopefully, as long as the weather is good and things are okay, we're going to be able to bring her forward. So we're hoping to do that. But that is going to be on the WGSN-DB Going Solo Facebook page. So we want to make sure that you guys join us there. So anyhow, just like everything else, we just enjoy life when we try to move forward with whatever the situation is. And the whole thing is we want to connect with our friends, which is My Friends Connect. So we want to make sure that we connect with all of our friends, give us the support that we need, and to be able to move forward. So I want to thank Louis Orloff for hanging in there, talking with us, even though things didn't work out. He's got a great business going, and he is the founder of the Florida Mediation Divorce Strategy. Again, his site is www.fl-mds.com. Go and check it out. Let's start putting together a divorce plan if you're going through that. And you know what? Taking control of your life really does empower you, and it does move you forward into a more positive direction on being able to get through some of the difficulties in your life. So we're going to go ahead and sign off, but I'm looking forward to seeing you on Thursday at 8 o'clock on another live show, and I hope that you will join us right into the lobby. You can click in, come into the lobby, and if there's no glitches, we can see you face to face. So that would be kind of fun. So we will be back on Thursday at 8 o'clock. In the meantime, we have all of our great shows. We have Rosalind Sadaka on tonight. We have Sean White, which is does some divorce recovery shows for us too. So we have a lot of really good shows 24/7. So all you have to do is go on www.goingsolonetwork.com, and you can listen to them 24/7. Go on our website, check out any of the podcasts. We have a YouTube station, and make sure you like all our pages because we love you. So, okay, bye for now, and I'll see you on Thursday, and we'll bring Louis back, I promise, and we'll put together that divorce plan for you. Bye for now.